chestnut. She pops her foot right up beautifully. Pick that foot up. I might even put her foot between my knees like what the Farrier's gonna do and pretend to rasp it a little bit. And then I try to set it down before she tries to take it from me. Like that. Good girl. And then same thing with the back. The whole way I go to that back foot, I'm patting her with both of my hands so she knows like I'm coming for her back leg. It's not a surprise to her. Put a little pressure on that chestnut. You can see how she's lifting that foot up really nicely for me. And I'm rasping it or kicking it. Set back down. Again, to set her up for success, I'm not going to try to go right behind her. We'll go to her other front leg first. So we'll pop over here. And we'll take some time in between and kind of pat her and say, oh yeah, that's so fun. Because we know she doesn't like the Farrier. So the more we can be like, yeah, when your feet get handled like it's a great thing, the better it will be. And she knows I have a treat in my pocket, so I'll give her one. So again, I'll take my inside hand, run it along your leg to find that chestnut. Put a tiny bit of pressure. You can see how she shifts her weight off. Bring your foot up. Then, oh, I'm getting the piece. Then, put that leg in between, or hoof in between my leg. I'll pretend like I'm rasping it. Push on it a little bit. Scrape it out. Then we'll set it back down. Then, I'll go against that back foot. I'll use both hands, so neither of my hands are sneaking up on her. I'm going to pet along the side of her body. Come all the way back. I'm going to touch that chestnut on the inside of her leg. And then she shifts the weight a little bit. We know she doesn't like to lift this one up, so then I'll help her a little bit. I'll lift it up. I'm going to pretend to rasp it. She wants to move it. So I'm going to follow her. She chose to move that foot. So I'll let her keep moving it for a little bit. But when she's moving, I'm wanting her to disengage her hindquarter, meaning that, there we go, there it was. But that white hoof was crossing over in front of the other one. She did that. Now I pet her. I see what she does over her. Readjust here. And then again, I still don't want her to feel like I'm sneaking up on her. So I pet with both hands. I'll put, again, a little bit of pressure on the chestnut, and then I'm going to bring that foot up. Good girl. So I'll disengage again. Good girl. Then I'll reapproach. I'll say, easy does it. Easy does it. Pat with both hands. I put a little pressure on that chestnut, and she's starting to lift that foot up, which is just what I want. I want to pick it up, and I want to set it down as fast as I can. Because I'm trying to race her for that foot. I want her to think that she's putting it down when it's my idea. So now I'm going to go back to that foot again and do that same thing. Now, if she decides to start moving while I'm going for that foot, that's okay. I just keep putting two hands on her, saying, you can move as much as you want, but it's not going to accomplish anything. I'm just going to follow you. There, she stopped moving, so I kind of retreat. I come back to her head. I say, hey, you did a great thing there. Now, she ended up in a position where her foot's right in front of that panel, right? So I'm actually just going to turn her a little bit so that if when I go to pick that foot up, she decides to do something squirrely, we're not going to end up in the panel. So let me pat her. Say it's no big thing. And we'll go back again to that head pet. When she stands still, I'll come back to the top. Good girl. Good girl. And this is with any of our horses that we're working with their feet. If they get worried about it, the more I can be not worried about it, the better, right? Like, I don't care actually if she picks her feet up today. That's how I kind of have to feel about it. So if we go around and do this for an hour, that's fine. That's what we're working on for her training. The worst thing I can do for her is if I get like stressed out about it, then she's gonna get even more stressed out about it. So I just say, whatever, I don't actually care if I get your foot that much. I'll go back to her again. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And we know, she'll probably follow us around a little bit. We know So now I just come back and say, hey, no big thing. Bring my head down. I put a little pressure on that chestnut. She brought her foot up, which is nice. But now, she still wants to move. So I'm going to go like this. And we're going to cheat a little bit. And then actually, just going to put this rope around her foot. And then she stopped and stood still for a little bit, so we'll take the rope off. Because if I feel like she's spending too much time running around in circles, and like every time I go to get back there, she's too strong for me, you're tucking that foot out, and then I'll just cheat. And I'll actually put a rope around it instead. And then I'm just going to put a pressure up with the rope, and then I'll let it drop back down. There we go. Good girl. And I'll do that same thing. When I'm doing that, I'm at a 45 degree from her shoulder, because I don't want her to kick me. I don't want her to strike me. So I just hang out next to her. And I say, I'd like to see your foot. And then I say, I'd like to put it down, right? We go up and down. I'll do this a couple times. Especially if the horse, which she wasn't doing, but if the horse wants to get a ton of like kicking at me and squirreling at me with their back foot, I'll do this so that I don't have to be in the way of their feet, right? I don't care to be kicked by them. So, let me do it this way. Do it this again. And then again, close it, say, hey, it's no big thing. If she moves from my hand like she's doing, that's okay. Then my hand becomes the desensitizing portion, right? And I love it, again, because for her, we know this is an issue for her, so this could be her entire training session, and that would be great. It's just working on all of her problems. So I just keep her nose tipped towards me, so no matter where she goes, she's got to face me. And I let it just slide down through there. Hi, good girl. And I'm going to just let it drop down. If she decides to kick at it, that's okay too, whatever. There. Drop it below. Then I'm going to ask her to pick it up. And then I'm going to set it down right away. Say, look how easy that was, right? Good girl. And ask her to pick it up. Good. Ask her to set it down. Good girl. Good girl. Again, I'm at 45 degrees from that shoulder. She'd have a harder time striking me, kicking me. I'm in a good spot there. I'll do it one more time. I'll move her away from this panel, and then I'm going to go back to doing it with my hand. So there I waited until she set that foot still, and then I put her foot down. Move her away from it a little bit. I said the next time I was going to pick it up with my hand, but since she kicked and stomped at it a little bit, we'll do it one more time with the rope. What I think I'm going to do and what the horse tells me I need to do might be totally different things. And that's okay. Yeah. Good girl. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah. So those two were good. She wasn't kicking at me. So we'll move her forward a little bit. I'll telegraph again where I'm going. And when she starts moving, I don't try to keep her feet still. I just keep her head turned towards me. So she can only drag me so far. She can only drag me in a circle, right? Good girl. There, she picked her foot up, set it down fast. It wasn't pretty, it was a quick pickup at first, but we set it down fast. Good girl. Good girl. Perfect. Now I'm going to walk away from her feet like I never even cared about if I was picking them up again. Walk out here. Good girl. I'll give her a treat. I'll say, great job. I'll go back around and I'll pick all of her feet up one more time. But she did it really nicely picking it up just with my hand. So I set it down. I give her a second to breathe, and then I'll come back in a little bit and pick it up. So that's Perfect.